Carl.
Nicole.
Boom.
This is Lindy 4, week 2, September 2014. 14 for you guys. Hey, so this week we talked a lot about the ways in which you can dance to leave space for your partner to improvise or give flavor to the thing that you're doing. So this is primarily for leaders to know how to lead things in such a way as to leave it open, and follows to take opportunities to improvise, and also how to convince your lead that maybe you have some things that you want to say.
Yeah, so we started with working with the tuck turn. And so we were talking about sort of two kinds of leading. One we would call open leading, and one that we call deliberate. And open leading is something that we think has just like a nice looseness to it, and it gives us that space. Deliberate leading is when the leader is like, really come with me on this thing.
Very specific.
Very specifically.
So there's not one that's right and one that's wrong. The first one, it's easier for a follow to contribute ideas. The second one is really the lead saying, I have an idea, do this thing with me.
Come along.
So we experimented a lot with the first one, with the sort of open leading.
Yeah, and so we used tuck turn as an example. So we have our open tuck turn, and it's nice and even and gives this space. And we were trying to get the leads to have that same space
in a connected tuck turn.
In a connected tuck turn. And then we put that into a side pass, so we could do a connected side pass with the same freedom as if we had a free side pass.
So we had the follows throw in a little bit of flavor there just to see if they could do it. Buddy, Shukira.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit here about the leaders, if they wanted to add something there as well, being able to disconnect, or not disconnect, but like quiet the information they give to the follower. So if I wanted to do a variation here,
it's not demanding that I come with him.
Yeah.
So the last thing that we worked on was a swing out. We talked about getting that consistent, even feeling there as well.
Yep. And so here we were focused on coming together, having a nice, even, continuous motion through the swing out.
So one thing that we noticed as a group was that this is easier for the follows to contribute if both lead and follow are traveling, rather than the follow always traveling to the leader.
Yeah, so
we come together.
We come together. So we're both consistently in motion, versus we showed the other end of the spectrum, which we would see, which is not wrong, which we think is actually really awesome, but at the same time has this very deliberate shape to it, and is much more about like, here we're going.
It's very specific.
Very specific.
So keep these things in mind in your dancing. Do that on the dance floor, and when you come back next week, we've got some breakaway stuff that we think is really cool. Thank you, guys.